Yay. Oh, I did it. Oh, good. Okay. Here we go. When people really say like, oh, they have some technical difficulties trying to get the live started, they really mean it. Like that kind of that shocked me. I'm gonna also pull it up on my phone just so I can keep track. And I guess I should probably wait to see if a couple more people want to flutter in. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a second and let some people join. I might not need my phone. This is pretty legit. Let me make sure it's using the proper setup. Hello, Broke Urban Farmer, Nick's Picks, Backyard Gardener. Hey, girl. Thank you for everything you do. You are very, very, very encouraging and inspirational. I really appreciate you. Given a second. Hello, everybody. Hello. Great. So I guess I can always answer questions a little bit later if people start fluttering in and then don't really know what I'm talking about. But I've got sort of like a little agenda today. So I'm going to go ahead and start and catch anybody up as they should need to be caught. So this is my first live. I am crazy nervous. Can you tell? Is it seeping from my pores? This is my first live. So that is why I made an agenda so I could keep on track and not just kind of like verbally vomit all over the internet, because internet is for life, as we all know. So I thought I would do kind of a small introduction. Oh, thank you, Nick's Pigs. I thought I would do a small introduction about kind of my channel. I call myself and my channel Broadway Gardener because I am an actress straight out of New York City. And I'm also a gardener, which is kind of new to me. I've always done a little bit of gardening just because I'm originally from Pennsylvania. So that's kind of like a thing. Can everybody hear me okay? Let me know if it's like a weird volume thing, but I'll keep going unless somebody says nobody can hear anything that you're saying. That's how my eyes work. Word vomit randomness. Yeah, that's how my mind works. So I can't imagine like throwing it at people, because as we speak, like I'm thinking about like 17 different things. Like, oh, I should say this and I should say this. And oh, maybe I'll sing a song at the end. And then my brain's like, stop it, Nikki, stop it, stop it, stop it. Oh yeah, my name is Nikki. So daughter wanna be theater stage manager working on her local theater. Oh, that's so cool. I started in a local theater, and once I graduated high school, booked it straight to New York. So that is really cool. Theater stage managers work the hardest. I had an amazing stage manager on my last show, Derek Botto, who is so detail oriented. I don't know how I could function every night without him. Like I was losing my props. Like at one point I had like a nervous breakdown. He had a bucket ready for me if I needed to throw up. Like that guy saved my whole career. So really my name is Nikki. Nikki. Very cool. Good morning, Ernie. Thank you so much for your shout out a while back. That was so kind of you. Glad that you're watching my channel and enjoying what you see. So what I was saying was I decided on my YouTube name because I'm an actress from New York and I started gardening. I've always done a little bit in my hometown in Pennsylvania. And then when I was living in Brooklyn, I always had kind of a little backyard set up with containers and whatnot. And so I actually kind of started a little bit more in depth when I had a small accident. It wasn't small, but it was a pretty bad accident. And I wound up with two torn meniscus, a torn quadricep, sprained ankle, some damage to my back. And I was just kind of out of work for 9 months and feeling really horrible about myself and not being able to do anything and go anywhere. And this was kind of the end of summer going into winter. So by the end of winter, I really thought to myself, like I got to do something. I gotta not mope in this house anymore. And I thought, I always buy my plants from the store and start with plant starts that I purchase. I'm not working right now, so I should probably save my money for other things. Let's see if I can start some things from seed. And when you start to look for seeds is when you really find out, like, what? Like, what is a Kajari melon? And why have I just been eating regular watermelon? Like, my mind was blown. I had never had a beet before I grew one last year. Like, just light bulbs are going off. Hold on. I see some fun things in the chat right now. How are you? Everybody's connecting. That's wonderful. Prepared stage managers are always prepared. Yes, they are. They are the heart and soul and function of the theater, and they deserve more credit than they get. My cousin is an actor in New York City. Oh, AMDA, very good school. That's so cool. I wonder if I know your cousin. I did not go to AMDA, but I know a lot of people from AMDA because when you sit in an audition room for 12 hours, you make friends. So yes, a lot of people that I know went to AMDA, and it is, from what I hear, a great school. And I've studied with some of their teachers and classes and whatnot, and they're great teachers as well. Great. So I started some things from seed just to kind of get out of my funk, have something to focus on other than like the pain throbbing through my body, starting at my knees and shooting up my back. Tried acupuncture and all of that, physical therapy. But I really feel like what helped me was having something to do. And when you get started into gardening, that is not just something to do. That is like a lifestyle because you set your heart in that. From the minute you start those little seedlings, you're like, okay, this is kind of cool. Like I'm feeling, the minute they pop up, Lord Jesus, I was like, I've done it. I've created life. Bow. Somebody should bow. I'm a creator of life. And then when you get to kind of planting it outside, you're hardening things off, like you really feel like you've done something successful. You feel so, I don't know, I felt really purposeful. I felt like I was very proud of what I was doing. And then when you get to harvest it and eat it, nobody brags about their vegetables like I do. Because if you walk into my house, I'm going to hand you a cherry tomato. I'm going to make you eat a carrot. Don't walk into my house if you don't want to eat a vegetable because I'm going to throw one at you. I will cut open a whole watermelon for one person just so you can know that I grew it and it tastes like a watermelon. But not just any watermelon. Everybody at my job used to call them Brooklyn vegetables, like that, grown from my Brooklyn dirt. But whatever, delicious. It was delicious. Jonathan Thornsberry, Rodney Hamilton. He went to Juilliard for dance. Oh, he must be very, very dedicated because that is a hard school and a hard life. Shout out to him. I could never, ever, ever study dance. They are so focused, so disciplined. And I, in school, was like, ah! Like, I couldn't like I just can't I think I have so much energy in my body that the minute I get like excited about something and think that, I got this. I'm good. This is going to go well. Just a massive explosion of like energy and words. I don't Sometimes that works for me. Sometimes it gets me a paycheck. I don't know. Um Ernie in his I've been eating my harvested potatoes every night. So satisfying. Oh, that must be really delicious. I just planted some potatoes the other day. And last year, my potatoes were I think the biggest potato we got last year was about this big. But man, they were delicious. They were delicious. Yeah, so I would say that I started gardening on a larger scale when I experienced my injury. I was in Brooklyn. My Daniel is what I keep calling him. My Daniel. He built me two different raised beds, and then I bought one from Amazon. And once we got those set up, it was I just rolled with it. I just ran with it. It was an amazing experience. And as some of you might know, we just bought a house. By the way, if you do have any questions for me, please put them in the chat. I'm going to be answering a few questions that I pulled from Instagram and YouTube. I'm going to answer them in a little bit. So if you have any other questions that you might want to ask me or that you're curious about, I don't know, go ahead and ask them in the chat and I'll answer them before this is over. So yeah, now we live in New Jersey, about 40 minutes from the city. So it's a really great balance because I get some quiet, and I can still go to work in the city. Not right now because Corona, but we won't go there. So yeah, I put up a fight to move here. I really gave Daniel a run for his money in terms of being picky, being he couldn't please me to save my life. I gave him unreachable expectations and he reached them when he found this house. So kudos to Daniel. I live in Jersey now. So yeah, that's just a little bit about me, and how my channel got started and what my name is about. And you will be seeing some cool stuff this summer because now that we've got like a little bit more space and I don't feel like I will be interrupting people or annoying them. And I also feel like a little bit more confident on my YouTube. I like to do little garden songs, which are usually kind of full of ridiculousness and comical, but it's usually about how I feel about my garden, or what's dying in my garden. And I just sing them as I do my garden chores. And I thought like it might be fun to put like little 30-second clips of those random garden songs in my videos this summer. So I'll keep that in mind and see what y'all think about it. Been potatoes best tasting potatoes you've ever had. That's right. That is right. Nick's Picks. I would love for you to share some of your potatoes, but if I remember correctly, you're in Florida, Nick's Picks? Somewhere warm, I think, right? Yes, garden songs. Yes. Broke urban farmer. That's right. Thank you for the encouragement. They will be hysterical, I think, because they make no sense. But they're just something that make me smile. So I'll share them. So like I was saying, if you have any questions, make good outros. Yeah, you're right. I didn't think of that. That would probably be a really good outro. I'll log everything that's happened and then do it. That's a good idea. If you have any questions for me, go ahead and leave them in the chat and I'll get those answered. But for now, I'm going to answer. I wrote them down. That's why I'm looking down. There's nothing happening down there. I just wrote down the questions. So yeah, the first question that I had was, will we do a house tour? Yes, I will do a house tour. But probably like room by room, like as we start getting some things done, as we see some changes or some progressions, I'll probably do. excuse my computer. I'll probably do like a before and after or like a um, renovation video or something like that. But there is a lot of work to do in this house. This house was built in 1921, and the woman that we bought it from, she has been here for 60 years. So I'm going to leave that there and let your mind wander and think, if she's been here for 60, she raised her whole family. She got married here. She raised her family here. Her husband sadly died here. Um, there were she lived a lot of life in this house, so it's quite old, and it needs some changes, but it's got a lot of character, as do I. So I don't hate it. So yeah, we will do somewhat kind of like the kitchen tour that we did, where we just showed you a little bit of the kitchen and how we got our new stove and some things that we were thinking about doing. Something similar to that. Right now, I'm sitting in our library, and we did already start some videos of the changes that we're making in here. So that will probably be the next room tour that you'll see is the library. I see the chat moving. Hello, first time viewing Backyard Gardener suggested me to your channel. Oh my gosh! Hello, New Jersey Call, or what is that? New Jersey Cali Gardener and family. Hello, and thank you. I'm excited that you're here and hope I don't bore you to death. Thank you so much, Backyard Gardener. Yeet. She's a real one, y'all. If you don't follow her, you should, because she does live chat, she does informational videos, she shouts people out. Like she's really she's really here for this garden community. So check her out if you have not. Gotta love a house with a story and character. That's right, broke urban farmer. You have to love a house with some character and a story. I found cement bricks like dug under the soil, like a weird coffin type situation. But I'm not here to judge. I'm just here to live, pay my mortgage on time, things like that. So yeah, it's an old house and we'll do some house tours. Hi, everybody that's coming in. If I haven't said hello to you yet, thanks so much for stopping in. Just answering a few questions right now. So if you have any questions for me, go ahead and put it in the chat right now and I'll get it answered for you just in a little bit. So the next question was, surprised to learn how very close the bulbs can be planted. Is that okay because they'll be separated later this year? I believe that question was in regards to Spot the dog. Where is she here? Oh wait, my dog? Nick's Picks? Is she here? She sneaks up on me. If you saw my video about planting bulbs in a container, I believe that question was for that video about how closely together I planted my bulbs. I believe, from my experience, that I can plant them that close together because at the end of the season, I'll be planting them in the landscape. Now, I do believe bulbs can survive in a container for maybe 2 to 3 years. Like, the problem is you don't want them to get soggy and rot out. So that's why you would want to take them out of the container and not really leave them in there. But I know there's people that take their chances and have great success. Personally, I just want to pack them in, see the beautiful display, and then take them out and put them in a landscape where they'll be happy. And I've had a lot of success like that. I've never had any problems with them blooming in the containers packed that closely together. And yes, it's because I take them out at the end of the year that they don't really suffer. Oh, please hit the like button for the host. Thank you so much, Backyard Gardener. I am her, we are family. Hello. I am her and I am her, we are family. I like that. I like that a lot. Hello. And what zone are you in? I am in zone 7B, New Jersey. So I thought I was going to switch zones when I moved in December. I was zone 7B in New York, but I guess because of this section I was in Brooklyn, which is quite far from the water, and was a 7B location. I thought I was going to drop to at least a 6, but apparently I'm still 7B. I asked my local nursery. So yeah, and I've had them for 10 years. Can't wait for it to bloom. Um, for what to bloom? Next picks. What are you waiting? What are you waiting for blooms for? Did I miss something? I think I did. My hometown. Is that your hometown? New Jersey, Cali. Oh yeah, New Jersey, Cali. Hey, very cool. How are you loving that warm weather now? Hello, I am Hurley, our family. Love to see you guys interacting. That's really great. So to kind of wrap things up a little bit, because I don't want to take up your entire day, but I did have something that I think is going to take quite a bit of time, so I want to get started on it. I want to tell you, and of course, if you still have questions, I'll be looking in the chat and I'll answer them for you. But I wanted to give you a quick list of the plants that I really noticed last year that were super easy to grow and really, really prolific. Because I feel like right now, especially with not getting too into everybody's circumstances, it's a weird time. It's a weird time. And in a time like this, I'm really grateful that I grow my own food. And when everything else is uncertain and everything else is bringing worry to my mind, it's really satisfying to know that I don't have to worry about eating. And I like to eat. So I really encourage anybody and everybody to reach out to the people that you know and love and maybe offer them a free plant, maybe help them start their garden, maybe do something to encourage them to provide for themselves, because there's nothing more scary than feeling like your livelihood is being taken away, that your family's in danger, that somebody's going to go hungry. That's when people start doing some really crazy things. So if we can take some of that worry away by making sure that food is a constant, why not do that? So for anybody that knows somebody that's maybe starting or knows somebody that doesn't really have a lot of time on their hands, I think some of these plants would be really great for them to start with. So, green zebra tomatoes. I know that most people in here have probably tried growing these already. If you can grow tomatoes, if you don't feel like you have a tomato killing thumb, green zebra tomatoes, I think I can't even imagine or begin to tell you how many tomatoes I got off of this plant. And they were good sized tomatoes, like good size. Should have weighed them, but I didn't. And so I really feel like if you put one of those in the ground, you will have tomatoes continuously through the season. You will not really have to worry about it once it's established. It was really prolific, y'all, and they taste amazing on tomato sandwiches. Just planted 2 huge buckets of lettuce to help a neighbor. Nick's picks. Yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about. If you have especially elderly neighbors, they're not going to the grocery store. And if they are, they shouldn't be. So help them out by maybe throwing an extra couple seeds down for them, harvesting a few extra carrots for them. Like I can't tell you, okay, computer, I'm talking. I can't tell you how many carrots we were just like, oh, let's just juice them. We're sick of carrots. So you would think, oh, maybe she'll plant less carrots this year. No, I think I'll plant more carrots this year because that's something I know for a fact that I can grow and I can give away. So that being said, that's really great. Oh, yeah, that is really great, Nick's picks. Thank you for that. So green zebra tomatoes were my number 1. Butter crunch lettuce, first of all, tastes delicious, looks super pretty, and was the easiest thing I've ever grown. And I'm lying by saying I grew it because I'm pretty sure Daniel threw the seeds down in the ground. Daniel's the type of person that won't even pay attention. He'll throw a seed down and then not come back until there's vegetables. He's like, where's the lettuce? I threw it down 4 weeks ago. I'm like, yeah, but you didn't water it. But this came up no matter what he did, no matter how much neglect he showed these lettuce plants, his lettuce came up. And we had tons of it. We probably didn't need to plant that many lettuce seeds, but we did. Delicious, has a nice crisp snap. Great for salads, great on burgers, great on like tomato lettuce sandwiches. Um, that's a weird combination. I said tomato lettuce sandwiches. That's not even true. Like nobody does that. You have to put the bacon on it for it to be a real sandwich. Excuse me. Um, so, butter crunch lettuce, I believe, is another great option to grow. Black beauty zucchini. I don't even really need to go into this because y'all already know how that grows, and you know that it just pops up everywhere. And minus the squash vine borers, and a little, okay, I don't really deal with powdery mildew a lot, but I know other people do. Um, but the squash vine borers were coming for me hard last year, so minus that, the zucchini plants are so easy. You like flick the seed in the ground and they pop right up. Gave me, so I've only had one plant and I got 12 zucchinis off of it. I gave so many to my neighbor right over the fence. I reached over the fence, gave her my basket. She took what she wanted and then gave the basket back. Like it is really prolific plant. And if you can get that into the ground, trust me, first of all, you'll have plenty of zucchini for yourself. And then you get sick of it, and then you'll have plenty to share. So it's a double win. Bacon for the win. Yes, broke urban farmer, bacon for the win. Like I really tried to go vegetarian because I shouldn't really eat a lot of red meat. Just like in my personal life, I know that I shouldn't, and pork and red meat. But then I was like, this turkey bacon doesn't feel right in my soul. But then I have to really make a choice. Like, do you want to be sick today and have this joyful light about you? Because if you want to feel that same type of joy, eat the bacon. But then go on and lay down and hold your stomach because you're going to cramp up. But if you just want the sensation and a little bit of crunch, get the turkey bacon. Or if you don't want to eat animals, that's your prerogative. Do what you want to do. Sun King broccoli, which I already talked to you guys about in my last video. Straight 8 cucumbers. You have to watch them like a hawk because they'll get huge. I have one that got so big. My friend reposted it on her Instagram page because she was like, are cucumbers supposed to be this big? No, they're not. But the plant was just so prolific, I couldn't keep up. Straight 8 cucumbers for the win. Confession, I love turkey bacon. It's not bad. It's got the crunch if you do it right. It's all about what you want that day. It really is. Hello, everyone. Hello, figs and more figs. That's a cute name. Do you grow figs? Is that a bad assumption to make? I made it. Crimson sweet watermelon. I was stunned by how many watermelons I got off this plant. Stunned. I planted one seed. I think I got 5 watermelons, and they were big watermelons. I did a couple videos on them in the summer because one I picked too early, one I picked too late. Like the whole watermelon game that one plays when they are learning watermelons. But it's a great plant. I got a lot out of them. If you have a smaller space like I did last year, sugar baby watermelons are another great choice. They stay pretty small, like a personal watermelon. I wanted to say pizza, but it's not. Like a single person watermelon. Basil from Proven Winners it got so huge. We made pesto for days, pesto for weeks, pesto for months. It tastes delicious. When it flowers, it doesn't mess with the flavor. Somebody's cutting a tree down right now in the middle of my live, and I really feel like that's inappropriate. So I'm really sorry if you can hear that. Let me know if it's really bad. It's a chainsaw. I'm growing sugar baby watermelons this year. Yes! I want to see how it goes. I really hope you keep us updated on that. Because I got a few of them last year, but like I said, I was playing the watermelon game. So a lot of them I picked too late and they were good, but I wonder what they would be like if I picked them on time. You'll have to let me know, broke urban farmer, what those taste like when they are done properly. mammoth sunflowers and lemon queen sunflowers. Now I know this isn't really like a vegetable, it's more of a flower. They are beautiful. And then you get sunflower seeds. And we got a ton of sunflower seeds. Now, to be fair, you have to be willing to go out and like harvest the sunflower seeds, which isn't always something that somebody wants to do. It's like fun the first 2 times, and then you're kind of like, had enough of this. And if you can beat the squirrels. I honestly planted sunflowers last year to trick the squirrels and the birds. I thought if I just had a huge patch of sunflowers, they would be distracted. I thought they were stupid. They showed me. But they were still beautiful. So plant them if you like them. A couple other flowers, just while we're on the topic of flowers, gladiolus. I planted some black walnut, I think that's what they're called, black walnut gladiolus last year, and every single one of them popped up. They are great plants. I dug them up. If you saw my video, but right before we moved, I dug not every single one, but a lot of them up when we moved because I want to plant them again. They're gorgeous. And I also got some more this year that are more kind of like pastel spring colors. And then the African Queen Lily, I believe it's called, African Queen Lily from Burpees. Yeah, it's this beautiful, vibrant orange lily that you will love, I think. I'm growing Sherman. I have no garden. Oh, what can I plant in my house? Also, hey, Katie! Oh, that's Katie. That's my girl. Hey, girl. I think if you want to plant things in your house, there are kind of a few really cheap grow lights. If you don't have bright windows, if you do have bright windows, you should be golden. But lettuce, because once it gets too hot outside, they hate it anyway. So you can kind of control their temperature inside. And I know a lot of people do hydroponics, including my Daniel, so lettuce grows really well like that. And there are some cherry tomatoes. I'm growing one right now that is called a Tiny Tim cherry tomato. So the Tiny Tim cherry tomato gets, I want to say, no more than 2 feet tall. Like even if you're a master gardener with all the best conditions and nothing goes wrong with this tomato, it still is not going to grow more than 2 feet tall. It's a tiny, compact cherry tomato that grows really, really well in containers. So I would say if you're trying to grow things in your house, look for things that you can grow in containers. Like I said, lettuce, cherry tomatoes, things that are categorized as patio. I know they have patio eggplants, which you would probably need a grow light for, but you could definitely grow that inside because it stays pretty small. You're not going to be able to grow things that vine or things that get too tremendously tall. I know I had a kale plant inside for quite some time that really shocked me. And it grew pretty tall and we got a lot of kale off of it. Also, any herbs, basil, thyme, oregano, dill, those are great things to grow inside. So yeah, herbs are great indoors. Yes, Brooklyn urban farmer. We are in sync. So that's really all I have, and I'm not going to drag it on any longer. I just want to say thanks so much for people that were buying plant starts from me. That is really encouraging for me. I really hope that it helps you. And I think this is a really good time to help each other out. So if anybody else is growing plants that you can sell in your neighborhood or to people around you, or if you could do something, let's say, give them a free plant, and if they like that, maybe they'll buy some from you in the future when they're on their feet. I kind of feel like this is a good place to start helping and a good place to start being self-sufficient. So start in the garden. Backyard gardener. Yes, so true. So that's it for me. I have nothing else to say. I've got a lot to say, but I won't. So, ta-ta for now. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.